Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and it's time for a little Valiant review. Oh, looking pretty dapper, a little debonair there, aren't I, right? You know, the only thing that's missing to make me look like I'm really a shadow operative would probably be a cool looking lanyard, huh? Oh, what's this? Valiant Comics lanyard? That's right. That's right. Let's get talk about these new comics. Plus, because there are three of them this week. We've got Roku, issue number 3. The Visitor, issue number 1, that's finally out. And Bloodshot, issue number 4, beginning of a brand new storyline. I have no complaints about them doing that ribbon atop the dressing to let us know when it's a new storyline. Also, got a little contest. I got the gift right over here. By the way, this is a Valiant contest. I'm just going to tell you how to enter. So, and show you what you're going to win. So issue number 3 of Roku, shall I say Angela. Let's talk about who made this comic book. The writer is Cullen Bunn. The art is by Ramon F. Bax. The colors are by Stefan, I think that's Stefan Patriou. I did the best I could. Not my fault. I tried. Letters, Dave Sharp. All right. Oh, the covers, oh, there are 4 covers. Oh, Bill Sienkiewicz did one of them. Awesome. But Victor Kalvanchev did the one that I'm reading. So awesome. This was a good one. Mary Beth, this little dark web conduit, she's captured. She's basically being played musical chairs, except, you know, with her being the music, so to speak. And everybody's trying to get her. The Minister of Blades comes back. There's basically, what do you call her? Her friend slash frenemy shows up also, and they have a little back and forth. And basically it turns into what's considered a Mexican standoff. I don't know if that's an appropriate term anymore, but either way, yeah, it's what used to be termed a Mexican standoff. Basically a bunch of people standing around pointing guns at each other, and they don't know who to shoot and who not to shoot. So, yeah, the next issue is going to be the final issue, so this is penultimate. I am genuinely looking forward to see how this ends. I'm not all that too familiar with Roku. I feel like she should be a more staunch character. That being said, I still like that she's got some personality in here. I like the idea that we could actually find out more about her, make her more interesting in that regard. Let's talk about The Visitor, issue number 1. Hey, you know that guy Bloodshot? Yeah. So I remember when that comic book first came out, they said this is the comic that's going to change everything. That was a long time ago. All right. That being said, it did kind of change everything, didn't it? And all of a sudden they got a movie coming out, and you're probably sitting here thinking to yourself, man, if only I had the first appearance of Bloodshot someplace, because then, like, you know, maybe I'd be hooked up and I'd be like, you know, feeling good about myself. What about if you actually had like 2, 3, 4 copies of the first appearance and the variant covers, if there were variant covers made? I don't remember. Wouldn't it be cool if you had all those? Because then maybe you could sell one. You know, the movie's coming out. You know it's going to be worth that much more now. Vin Diesel, one of the biggest money makers in the box office, right now doing the movie, doing the part of Bloodshot. I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying. What if you could have those issues? Well, you know, a very similar kind of hype was put out for The Visitor also. This being the issue number 1, the first appearance, you could do all that with this guy right now. You might have to wait a little while, but once that movie comes out, once he shows up in the movie, it might be Bloodshot Part 2. You never know. Either way, there's not too much I could tell you about because there is no one single character I could focus on. For all intents and purposes, the book seems on the onset like it's a mess because there is no one single character. There's a whole bunch of different characters. I can't remember any of their names by the time I'm finished with the book. But the story, we already get a character who doesn't talk. You barely get any time in the comic book with him, but you still know something about him. A lot? No. It's obvious that that's the way that the book is meant to be played. Okay, I'm down with that. I do want more from the character in the next issue. I kind of hope he doesn't talk still. Maybe wait until issue 3 or 4 until he talks, but so far, so good. Even though it seems like they're doing everything wrong, I'm still attached to this. I still want to see what's going to happen next because there's a lot that actually happens in this. All right. Finally, let's talk about Bloodshot, issue number 4. This is the first issue in a new story arc. I may have pointed that out. Oh, I did forget to mention who made this book. So we've got It's going to be in there somewhere, but it's on the front. So Paul Levitz, MJ Kim, Diego Rodriguez, and Simon Boland. And over here, The Long Shot, Part 1 for Bloodshot, issue number 4. We've got Tim Seeley on writing, Brett Booth on art, Adelso Corona on inks, and Andrew Dalhouse on colors. Dave Sharp doing the letters. Covers, Declan Shavy, Mike McCone with Gabe El-Taib, Mark Lemming, and Simon Bisley. All right, so in here, we've got the Burned. That's the new criminal organization. Are they a criminal organization? You can't tell. Basically, these are thousands of former covert ops agents that worked for hundreds of different countries. Okay, that right there, you've got me so on the hook for that. They're not doing so hot, though. These are some pretty tough guys, but they wind up fighting these almost supernatural type creatures. They're clearly scientifically made, but they're almost supernatural. It's freaky when you see them. And we get to see more about what Bloodshot can typically do, but in this particular case, no. There seems to be a buffer stopping him from noticing something interesting. I've also just learned that he requires a lot of protein. Did not know that. Very cool way to explain it here. They actually explain it twice. It still feels all in all like it's just the one explanation because of the way they did it. This is a fun book, all right? If I'm going to make a complaint, it's that it was very fast-paced, a little bit too fast-paced for what I'm used to. I like a slower book with that slow burn, that slow build, and all of a sudden just go crazy with it. I felt that for a new first issue, it kind of just jumped it a little bit too far. It didn't jump the shark. It jumped on the speed a little bit too much, man. Like, you skip first. You got to ease it into second, all right? Anyway, all that being said, this was a very fun issue. There were laugh out loud moments inside. Watch what happens when Bloodshot winds up getting thrown through a building wall outside. He comes back in with a gift for the guy who threw him outside. I laughed my butt off. That was good. Okay, now we are talking about Bloodshot, right? Check this out. We have got Bloodshot, the definitive collection. This is going to collect a whole bunch of stuff, actually. I want to just make sure I'm getting all this right. But this is going to collect a whole bunch of stuff. We have got, okay, I'm not going to find this very easily, am I? We're going to collect issues 1 through 4 from the 2012 edition, Setting the World on Fire. Also, issue 5 through 9, which is The Rise and the Fall. And then Bloodshot 10 through 13, The Harbinger Wars. Also, Bloodshot issue 0. So issue 0 through 13 of this particular run. Dwayne Zwitzkerniski, I did the best I could, and Matt Kint. Okay, so you got a whole bunch of people putting this book together. Why is this book important? Why is this softcover book important with a retail value of $25 US, $24.99? Well, because two things. One, you can win this book. You go and check out my Twitter. You go and check out the Facebook group, Comic Book University. You're going to find all that you need in order to enter to win this book. There are actually 33 chances for you to win. If you have the time and patience to do 33 different, entries, you've got 33 chances to win one of these books. That's pretty cool. Mind you, this is all through Valiant. Has nothing to do with Comic Book University or YouTube. That being said, why is this thick book so important? Well, this is actually what inspired the movie that's about to be released pretty soon, starring Vin Diesel. That's kind of a big deal. So, loosely based off of this book, I got to read this now. This is going to be a Christmas read for me, and I will come back and I will do a review of this entire thing. Also, may have gotten some confidential files up in here. I'm just saying, the way that I got all this stuff, plus the lanyard from Valiant, yeah, that was kind of smooth, man. I got to admit, that was kind of smooth. I dug on that. So more on that later. For now, this is This Week in Valiant Comics for the 18th of December. Guys, I will talk to you later. Hopefully I won't be sick next time. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.